Sorry about that. I'm going to read a couple lines from this poem. Dried maple and ash bark, lush emerald flats, the fall-colored arena hark, the wide superior mats. At the valley's peak, encircled my life, the open space speaks. Let me end the strife.
What's up, everybody? How's it going today? Wow, we've had a beautiful day so far. Here in the United States, it's 70 and sunny with a slight breeze. Can't beat a better day like that. We finally had some movement this morning. Finally not seeing that sideways movement we've seen over the last few days. So that's always fun. We get to something to talk about today. And then, as always, it's Friday. Big fan of the weekend. Really excited. My youngest brother's coming in town from Alabama, so should have a lot of fun with him this weekend. Look forward to it. Hopefully we can get some drinks in, catch up. Should be a great time. So a few things I wanted to go over before we get started. First and foremost, another big shout out to my video editor. His name's OtheDirector. The intro is amazing, man. I keep showing it to everybody. Payne Robinson, thanks again for the music. Both comboed together, absolutely amazing. They just fit the whole overall atmosphere and everything. Just wanted to say a huge shout out to both of you. You guys are killing it. I put both Instagram tag and the Spotify link for both of them down below. Feel free to give them a follow, whatever, support them. They deserve it. Next, Discord. Feel free to come into the Discord. Links down below. We talk about charts every day. We answer questions, simple things like going over how indicators work. If you have a different perspective that you'd like to share, maybe you can change some of our opinions. Not everyone's on the same page. There's both people that are bullish and bearish, people that believe different sentiment. So it's always good to see another opinion. And then lastly, as always, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. It helps out with the algorithm. I'd really appreciate it. And with that, thanks so much for the support that I've been getting recently. You guys are amazing. I never thought I'd be at where I'm at right now. So thanks again for all of that. So with all that said, let's get into it. So, story time. Woke up this morning at 6:30 in the morning after a really late night last night. Let me tell you, I was not happy to wake up at 6:30 this morning. One of my alarms went off. One of my trading view alarms went off. It's at 45K, if you can see on the chart right here. And it woke me up. I was like, oh, we're crossing my invalidation point. That's interesting. I didn't think much of it, to be honest. I thought it was kind of weird that we were going up during low volume hours. If you're in the United States, usually volume comes in around 8 a.m., maybe a little bit before, maybe a little after. So I was a little surprised by that. So I wasn't really confident in buying. But then about 30 minutes later, my alarm went off again. So I realized we retested. And I was like, okay, I'll put it on a buy. Well, my buy didn't get filled because price immediately went up 2%. And then 10 minutes later, it went up another 2%. And then 10 minutes later, it went up another 1.5%. So price moved up very quickly, very fast. To me, that is not necessarily the greatest sign if you're bullish. I know. Everyone's going to stand there and say, oh, but Roman, your invalidation point. And I'm like, but dude, longer time frames. But invalidation, that's where you're bullish. No, it's not. I start to look bullish. Jeez. Anyways, I saw that happen, and I started putting things together. And if you follow me on Twitter, I made a big post about this. I went off because this is kind of pissing me off. So I'm going to read it out loud. It's on my phone. So here we go. Let's get this straight. Before 7 a.m. Eastern Time, Bitcoin price went from 44.7 to 48K in 1 hour. This liquidated shorts, and price moved too quickly for retail to buy, especially if they woke up at 8 a.m. So basically, price moved up before anyone was awake. Not to mention, if you tuned into crypto Twitter at this time, everybody gave their insane 100K predictions, which, by the way, we have not broken any legacy resistance. We have not made a new local high. I didn't really understand all of that. So with the shilling of the 100K end-of-year Bitcoin price predictions, retail felt the need to maybe FOMO buy in the 47K top-ish area. So now, currently, we're at 48.3. Great. We're sitting right under resistance. Could we push up? Yes. But I don't think so. I mean, this is a grade A liquidation schematic strategy that whales do all the time. Basically, they push price up. Everyone starts freaking out because they go on Twitter and they see all this crazy shit happening. And they're like, oh, I need to buy right now because we're going to be at 100K tomorrow. We're not going to 100K tomorrow. Even if we're still in a bull market, we're not going to 100K tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Most people aren't even trading anyways. So with that said, I wanted to point out that this strategy allows whales to control the price at 45K. 45K was seen as a pretty decent resistance level, and then we broke it, so now it's support. So basically, whales own the support level. If whales own that support level, if they decide to pull the rug, we're going to get liquidations. Do any of you guys have any idea how many liquidations there were today? I'll give you a couple seconds. $2 billion worth of liquidations, mostly on the short side. Granted, most shorts had their stop losses right around 45K, so it all makes sense. But yeah, whales own that support level. So when more liquidations occur, exchanges make money. Whales that assist in exchange liquidation make money. Crypto Twitter influencers with hundreds of thousands of followers, they make money because they shill their leveraged exchange bullshit like Bybit, that you get the bonus or whatever when you use Bybit and sign up for leverage trading, which I don't know if you guys have ever been to a casino. Most people in casinos lose. This isn't a surprise. It's how the casino stays in business. So same goes with an exchange. They need to make money from liquidations in order to pay people out that win on trades and stay profitable. That's why they offer these. So anyways, just to wrap it up, does that seem fishy to anyone? I mean, now that I've kind of put it into another perspective other than we're just breaking resistance and, you know, making resistance support, which we really haven't yet. We're going to get into that soon, but does that make any sense? Am I crazy? You know, am I an idiot? Please let me know. I'd love to hear another opinion on this, but my personal opinion is it's not great. Like, this is totally a setup. at least in my opinion. Again, my opinion. I forgot I was going to play a little music, so feel free to listen. This, again, by Payne Robinson. Shout out to you, man. You're awesome. So let's see what we got going on here. Terry, always nice to see you, man. Alec, nice to see you too. Unless we break 55K, I'm still bearish. My actual invalidation point for that is 51.5. I'll show you in a second. Yeah, I wasn't like pissed. I wasn't really emotional. These kinds of moves, I mean, they happen. If you get them, you get them. If you don't, then you just got to let it go. How do you know the liquidation data? Someone from the Discord sent it to me. It's the Kingfisher data. I don't know where to... I didn't pull it personally, but he sent it to me. When is it going back down? Well, we're going to get into that. It seemed weird to me when I seen Bitcoin dominance pumping and cryptos pump. Yeah, that same. Yeah, I mean, dominance and the total look extremely bearish. Like, all longer-term time frames look extremely bearish. Like, extremely bearish. So this whole move kind of confirms that, okay, maybe this is a bull trap, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm an idiot, whatever. You guys can think whatever you want. Maybe I'm a little bitter about missing the entry. I'm definitely salty about missing it. Mark, I'm not bitter about missing an entry. I made a nice little long at 41,077 and I sold it right above 43K. So it was a nice little 5% gain for the week. Definitely not salty. Thanks for the sub, Be me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Because this is a bull trap, Mark. I think we're going up because it's a bull trap. I think this is a grade A bull trap. But all right, guys. I've kind of covered what I wanted to cover, so let's look at charts. Please let me know if anything's wrong with my mic. I've had mic issues for forever, and I'm trying to fix it. So if you guys have any problems or you're not hearing me, please let me know. I tried to fix it today and play around. So again, please let me know if any mic issues. So back to what I was talking about with this possible fake out pump, whatever you want to call it. I will say volume, price action, not looking bad. We're kind of stair-stepping up as we're breaking resistance. This is good, but I don't know. It just seems a little fishy. We've got longer-term charts that just look horrible. And, I mean, things can change, but they look like they're past the point of change. So before I start with the daily, actually, I'm going to look at a monthly. So here's the monthly. I'm actually going to open up on a clean chart. So here's my monthly. Again, not the best looking chart. I mean, we have this big bullish move with pretty much bullish price action. We had some exhaustion these last 2 months, which is kind of what led to this sell-off. It actually closed the month below our upward support line. And then we recover with weak volume. This looked like a dead cat bounce. Now we're kind of going up more again. Could this make a double top at 65K or 60K? Maybe. 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 I don't think so. I think if we're in a bear market, we're in a bear market. If we break 50K area, we're, bullish. But I do want to note that RSI is very, or sorry, not RSI, MACD is very weak. Could we be squeezing? Yes. But if I go back into this monthly and we look at RSI for the last two bull market cycles, we always topped out at 90. And there was always kind of like a dead cat bounce move before we continued down. So here would be your kind of dead cat bounce. Here would be your dead cat bounce. Unfortunately, 2018 is a little weird, but it's somewhere in here. It's more visible on a weekly. And we can notice we have super low volume. Like, it doesn't look very strong. It doesn't look like accumulation's happening. Our selling volume here from the 60K move is much higher than the buying volume that's happening. That, and everyone keeps saying Q4, October, Q4, this, that, and the other thing. That could have been a strategy from Wales Wales used that leveraged Q4 bullshit, maybe to set up this bull trap. I mean, it's very possible. So let's go into the weekly. My weekly, pretty basic. I don't like to go over a ton of indicators here, but we'll look at some stuff. So first things to note, pretty much have a, I'm going to turn this music down just a tiny bit. So we have this death cross looking thing forming. Sorry, not looking thing. We have a death cross pretty much going to validate next week. If we zoom out and we look at every single market top, every time we had a death cross, we signaled the bear market. Like that was another confirmation for the bear market. It looks like it's going to happen, especially after a dead cat bounce. Like here's your dead cat bounce, dead cat bounce, dead cat bounce, death cross, and death cross. So I find it hard to believe that we're going to continue up from here. Just to zoom in a little further, if we draw our support line again, we've gone over this several times on stream, but we have this original test, this huge upward movement, this distributed selling, a breakdown, a retest, and now we're failing to really get back above. Do we need to get back above to break all-time highs? No, but this is just another indication that we're pretty bearish. At least in my opinion, we're pretty bearish. I mean, looking at volume is so low. I mean, this just signals market exhaustion, market move exhaustion. I mean, the dead cat bounce is a big indicator of market exhaustion, which is what we're seeing, and it's validated with volume. Next thing I want to add is MACD. MACD is looking pretty weak. Yes, we have this new green little momentum candle. Like I said, we could possibly continue upward. I doubt it, but we're looking pretty weak. RSI, I believe we reject. Yes, we reject RSI again over here, just like we have up here. And we're looking to reject again. 21 EMA, we actually are above. So if you're bullish, congratulations, because we closed below it last week and now we're above it. Didn't close below it too heavily, but now we are back above it. So bull market's back on, baby. No, I just think that gives some more confirmation bias that we're back into a bull market. I mean, I try to look at multitudes of indicators, and most are bearish in my opinion. Oh, so Avenger, yo man, having a rough day. Glad some of you guys made it out good. Tough moves for a newbie. Yeah, man, I mean, sometimes when you have this sideways chop, it's just best to stay out. If you miss a move here and there, that's okay. You're a trader. You're not going to catch every single move. Be patient. Wait for a setup that you're comfortable with. Go into a trade that you're comfortable with. Use risk management. Please. There are so many avenues in my Discord where you can learn about risk management. You can always ping me. Please use risk management. Ram says, what is my end of year target? 100K or 20K? In my opinion, 20K. Everyone that's not in my Discord that disagrees with me calls me a perma bear. I have never shorted this market. I only make money when I long, which is kind of funny. But yeah, 20K, and I get that from the moving averages, the weekly moving averages. Let me show you real quick. So yeah, I pull up the 200, which is my white line. It's been a consistent bottom in previous bear markets. I mean, we really got to break this 50, but yeah, I mean, anywhere between 18, 20, 24K. Depends on the time frame, because the 200 is going to continue moving up like this, and then eventually price will meet. And that's kind of where I think a bottom is. I mean, it's been a bottom in the past, but I don't know. Another thing to note is global sentiment is not that great still. We're still seeing the Evergrande problem. The U.S. just raised its debt ceiling, which I'm seeing is a bullish sign. I don't think that's quite bullish. I think accumulating debt is pretty bad. In the long run, the dollar losing its value is good for cryptocurrency. I will admit it is good. But in this short-term 1 to 4 year time span, it's not very good. You have to remember, cryptocurrency is a volatile market. When we have a recession or there's fear in the market, people leave their volatile assets. And if you want crypto to continue going up in value, you want to avoid recession. And it's like we're postponing it and making it worse. We don't want that. We don't need that. And the rest of the world's kind of following the same kind of sentiment. I mean, the whole deal in China, I don't know a whole lot about what's happening in Europe, but debt is everywhere, and it's getting to the point where it's disgusting. So, yeah, but end of year target, around 20K-ish. I'm open to invalidation. I'm open to the bull market continuing, but long term, not looking that great. So let's go into the daily. The daily. One of my favorite charts to look at. So first things first, my legacy resistance starts at 65K, hits this 52K peak, continues down. We have something that looks like a descending triangle with 30K being our support. Do I believe we'll break below the triangle? It is possible. Or we could just continue to do something like this and then just explode, like middle of 2022, early 2023. It's very possible. But those are kind of the macro levels I'm looking at, is, a break above this diagonal legacy resistance. I will begin to DCA if we break below this horizontal legacy resistance or support. So anything in between there is kind of noise. Would I swing trade in here? Yes, I am looking to swing trade. I'm open to swing trading at any point. Like if we touch this bottom point and it looks like an accumulation pattern's occurring, I will absolutely swing trade that. Don't get me wrong. See in the chat, 100K, LOL bro. Sorry, that's a Moon Boy prediction. As much as it is, you still can't rule it out yet because we are approaching this resistance, but you can't count it yet because we're not above any legacy resistance. We haven't broken any serious point to really say we're back into a bull market. And until we do, no one can really say we're back into the bull market. So, again, looking in here, just for Hammy, looking at Ichimoku, we just hit the top of the cloud. Come on, that can't be any perfect. So, for me, this 48 4 level, 48.5, anywhere the 48K area is pretty important. If we break it, it's a step in the right direction. But ultimately, we still need to break this legacy resistance for me to really be very bullish. So, with that said, let's look at a couple other things. Let's look at some of these moving averages. So I'm just going to turn on the 20. So it looks like we regained the 200 moving average. That's a good sign if you're bullish. Usually the 200 daily moving average is used as sentiment for bull or bear trend, at least. Maybe not so much overall cycle, but technically we're more bullish than bearish if we're over the 200. But we've seen a lot of chop around the 200, so until we're significantly above, I wouldn't necessarily count it yet. It is looking okay, though. I won't lie about that. So, okay, next thing, let's look at some price action, some MACD, some RSI. So, big things here. I do see a breakout in RSI from this peak, these other two kind of smaller peaks. We do have a nice breakout. I will say it's a decent breakout, but does that just confirm what I said earlier about the possible rug pull that's going to happen and liquidate longs? It's possible. We've seen it happen before. Just to draw there's a fake out right here. We had a breakout in RSI as well, I believe, if I can breakout and retest. So it happens. I don't put a lot of weight on RSI regardless, so it could be a good sign. It could not be a good sign. Realistically, until we're kind of above the 48.5 area, we can't really call this a significant breakout. We're sitting right at resistance. MACD is gaining some buying momentum, but we are still in bearish territory. And what I call bearish territory, if you split it in half with this white line, this is your bearish territory, this is your bullish. So if we cross this white line and get into bullish territory, it's definitely looking stronger. So we'll have to wait and see what happens over the next couple of days. In accordance to price action, not that great, not that bad. This stair-stepping, these 3 days stair-stepping is positive, or it can be looked at positive, but it can also be looked at as, again, a bull trap. We saw over here we had 2 days stair-stepping with a breakout and then immediately came down. Here we have 3-day stair stepping, which is a better sign, but we're not really above any of these other volume levels where we saw selling. Volume's still pretty low. So I wouldn't necessarily say price action's really that bullish. Not necessarily bearish, probably more neutral. You know, if I'm looking for a swing trade here, I want to look for the inverted head and shoulders. You know, you have your left, your head, and your right shoulder with your neckline at 48K. So what I'm looking for here, if I'm going to give you my bullish perspective, is I'm looking for a pullback to this right shoulder, or where the right shoulder would be, which is around 45K. Entering around there, just a little small position. Could be good, but we could also just knife through this 45K level if this is truly a bull trap. Ultimately, the pattern won't be validated until a push above 48K after the right shoulder has formed. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. I doesn't think coincidence the pump started in October. Could be a perfect bull trap. Yeah, that's what I also thought. Everyone was expecting a pump. So when they woke up this morning at 8 and saw that it pumped already, it's just another reason why they could have FOMO'd in, which is another reason why I think this is a bull trap. Just remember, in a bear market, there are bull traps everywhere. In a bull market, there are bear traps everywhere. So whether you think we are in a bull market or not, just keep that in mind. Okay, let's see. What else do we have in the chat? Crypto Minden. You likely talked, but could be a huge trap. I would be very cautious at 50 to 53 range, or it's going to run. Watch the cap and volume. So yeah, the 50 to 53 range, I kind of covered that if this inverted head and shoulders plays out and we do break this legacy resistance, you could see a breakout, a retest, and then we continue higher. So but if you're a breakout trader like me, you might trade this level if it breaks out, but you'd want to look for a daily close and probably even a weekly close. A weekly close would be fantastic. That's what I would really look for if I was placing a huge buy there. But then again, I don't think it's going to happen. I've seen inverted head and shoulders that look like this, where it's really condensed and the head's really long. It's not a good value of confidence, in my opinion. So with that said, let's go into the 4 hour. Let me delete some of these letters. But let's go into the 4 hour. Let's check out what happened intraday. So 4 hour. First things first, I see we're oversold on RSI, so definitely be careful if you're looking to take a long. Price action, decent from the bottom. This is bullish price action, but again, kind of weird and still lower volume than we've seen in the past. So for me, it's a little bit more neutral until we push over 48K. MACD, pretty strong. Yeah, this is pretty strong, but we're going into resistance. Will we push above it with that strength, or are we going to come back down? Regardless if I'm bullish or not, I would like to come back down. I think that would be healthy. It would allow RSI to reset. We could see the inverted head and shoulders play out. But again, most of me thinks we're bearish based on longer term time frames. So with that, let's go look at the 1 hour. So 1 hour. First things first, I noticed that we have an ascending wedge. Ascending wedges are bearish. Breaking below it, pretty bearish. It looks like it's ready to. I mean, you have weakness in MACD. RSI is very overbought. And I think I said 4 hour RSI was oversold. I meant overbought. My apologies. But yeah, looking like it's going to correct a little bit, whether we continue up or not. So in my opinion, I think the ascending wedge is going to play out. I think we are going to come down to 45K, and that 45K test will be very important. So I would put some alerts around it. I would keep an eye on it. It's something that could make or break the rest of this bull market. So just looking at the 15 again, pretty ascending wedgy. Which again, bearish pattern. We have some low volume going up. So if we pull out our arrows, we have low volume, higher price. That is bearish price action. Just be careful if you're looking to long. Really wait until this 45K or 48K area is broken. Looks like we could break down soon. So if we do get that, it'll be live, which will be great. But in terms of RSI, still very overbought. You can kind of see some bearish divergence because we have this peak. Now we're higher with this peak. So some bearish divergence there. Again, if you're looking to long, I would really wait for 48.5 to break. I would really wait for a clean break. This is not looking like it has the strength, at least right now in the short term, to really push up. So not to mention, but also we're going into the weekend. In the past, we've seen weekend sell-offs. It just happens. So just know that going in, we could see some sideways movement tomorrow. We could see a dump tonight. We could see a dump Sunday. So just be careful. Weekend price action, not very reliable. All right. Now that I've kind of covered Bitcoin and my overall sentiment and what I think of this very weird pump, I'm going to go over some alts. So if you guys have any alts, definitely let me know. I was going to do Ethereum, Solana, and BNB. So if you have anything outside of that, please let me know. I'll be happy to go over it. I'm just going to do a brief overview of each. So after I go over these three, I'll go over whatever you want. Thank you so much for the sub, Mark O'Sullivan. Really appreciate it, man. Means a lot. So, okay, let's go over Ethereum. So, back to Ethereum. Back to the old head and shoulders on Ethereum. Not looking that great. I'm not going to lie. This kind of validates the head and shoulders. It really does. I mean, we have the neckline here. We have our left, our head, and our right. We have a retest of the neckline. So, to me, this is pretty bearish. I mean, unless we get above this resistance level or prior support level, this is pretty bearish. Thanks so much for the sub. I don't know how to say your name, so I'm going to try. Sodesh Morelli? Thank you so much, man. Or woman. Sorry if I messed that up, but I really appreciate all the support, guys. It means so much to me. So again, this not looking very strong. I wouldn't say this is necessarily a breakout just yet. MACD showing some signs that we could see some bullish momentum. So keep an eye out for that. But just remember, a revalidation of the neckline of the head and shoulders is still pretty bearish. So keep that in mind if you're looking to trade Ethereum. Let's look at a 4-hour. So yeah, kind of the same pattern as Bitcoin, but I do see volumes kind of going down, and overall volume is still pretty low. I mean, we have these spikes, but from the sell-offs, pretty low. Not too confident. 4 hours approaching overbought, so I think this could dip where possibly 31.30, I believe, is the next support, or it looks like it. Just my opinion. But yeah, Ethereum, not looking too bullish yet. Could change. Let's see a weekly. Ooh, this is interesting. I did see this on Twitter earlier. We could be seeing like an ascending wedge. I think they had it drawn. Not an ascending wedge, sorry. Ascending triangle, which we did see on the daily and it broke out. So that's very possible. I believe we saw it. Let's see. I believe we saw it right here. So back when Ethereum was around 2K, yeah, we had this ascending triangle, which eventually broke out, which was nice. So could be the same thing on the weekly. Could be, but you have to remember, Bitcoin's not exactly looking that bullish longer term. So I would be very careful trading Ethereum, especially alts. If we're in a bear market, alts get slaughtered. So just be careful. Let's see. I don't think it's coincidence. The pump started. Oh, we already covered that. Sorry. Let's see. 2019, I see a similar bull trap. And in 2015, 2016. Yeah, I've been in this market since 2017, end of 2017. So I remember 2018. Plenty of bull traps. They were everywhere. And they were liquidation schemes. So they make money from longs. They made money, $2 billion today liquidating shorts. So just keep that in mind. Lots of bull traps in a bear market, which I believe we are in a bear market, whether you like it or not. We have been below all-time high for 5 to 6 months, which constitutes technically as a bear market, even a mini bear market. So just realize until we start breaking legacy resistance, we are still technically in a bear market. All right, let's look at Solana. Where is good old Solana? All right, sorry, let me remove these. Let's look at a daily. Man, this daily price action does look really strong. I'm not going to lie. You guys know my overall sentiment for Bitcoin, so take it as you want. But yeah, not bad. Really good. I mean, you have this bullish price action, so going up, bullish price action. Going down, bullish price action. And now it looks like we're trying to pump back up. And believe it or not, these 3 candles are bullish in price action. So if Bitcoin kind of chills or goes sideways or breaks resistance, Solana could have a nice move. In my opinion, I think Solana could have a nice move upwards. Maybe make a double top at 191. Maybe push higher. But yeah, not bad. Looking pretty bullish. I mean, even MACD showing signs of bullish continuation with the selling momentum weakening. RSI back where it should be for another pump. So Solana, good looking chart. Just depends on what Bitcoin does. Just keep that in mind. It has held its upward support. So good looking chart on Solana. I don't feel like I need to cover. You know what? I'll cover it 4 hour. Why not? Yeah, I mean, same kind of thing. Looks like we've kind of broke some resistance on the 4 hour. Broke this level right here. Looks like we're kind of testing or about to test this. What is that? This 168 to 170 level. So if you're looking along Solana, maybe wait for a breakout, maybe wait for a small pullback to the support that I drew. But overall, Solana's looking like a pretty good chart. Not going to lie. Let's look at BNB. BNB Bizzle. Let me get rid of some of this crap. Not the best looking chart. Here's our upward support. It was broken. We have a clear double top, which was validated. There's their neck, validated. Kind of a retest with here. Coming back up, very low volume, retest. That actually validates the pattern even more. We have a drop. Now we're coming back up. So what I do see for BNB is a possible inverted head and shoulders, similar to Bitcoin. So we'll go up to the back to this kind of neckline, come down to here and pump through, because you have your left, your head, and your right. So BNB could be making a bullish reversal pattern. In my opinion, I'm still bearish, so I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is a bull trap. But overall, not bad, but not good. Definitely more bad than good, though, to be completely honest. So I believe there was a chart I wanted to look at. Okay, yes. So this was sent to me in Discord by my one and only video editor. So shout out to you, man, again. Killing it. Absolutely killing it. Oh, look at this. Hold on. What are we doing? Are we breaking down? We are. We have broken down through the ascending wedge. Breakdown. If we close it, it's confirmed. That is a breakdown, though. Great. Okay, back to the day. Back to the day. Maybe a 4 hour. Let's see, let's put this. So, keep this in your head. He sent this to me and he said, is this possible? And I said, it's absolutely possible, because this breakout right here would be the bull trap. Everyone thinks it's a breakout, everyone longs the top, and then they get rug pulled and liquidated and whatever. Is that happening right now? It's possible. Definitely possible. In my opinion, I think this will play out, but we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, this inverted head and shoulders could very well come to life if 45K holds. I do think we will see 45K or close. That would be healthy even for bullish continuation. So, all right. Let's see any questions you guys have. Throw them at me. Few good alts under Sol to Ray, Slim, etc. I've never heard of those. I've not looked, but I bet on par with Sol. Probably, yeah. Probably. Yo, what up, McCapo? What's up, dude? Thanks for coming by. Do you mind looking at a chart for Shiba Inu? I'm not looking at shitcoins, man. That was a total rug pull, pump and dump scheme. I'm not looking at that. Sorry. Sam, do you mind giving me the time frame for the Bulltrap in 2019? Just like a general time frame. I want to see if I can spot it. All right. I see we're getting close to the top of the hour, so throw your questions at me. I got about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'm going to skedaddle. I'm going to go make myself a fat drink because we've got this very clear breakdown happening. Can you look at ALBT? Yeah, I can look at that. Let's see. I've never heard of it, but I'll look at it for you. It's on KuCoin, Bitfinex, KuCoin. I'll just look at this. Let's see. Okay. This is an interesting chart. It doesn't look like it's very old. I might have the wrong chart up. But I do see this double bottom, this upward movement with nice price action. It looks bullish, but then again, keep in mind, Bitcoin looks bearish. I am seeing somewhat of a double bottom right here. So if we get over maybe, what is that, 97 cents to $1, could continue upwards, but I don't have enough data here to really look at this. But from what I can tell, if Bitcoin goes sideways or does fulfill the inverted head and shoulders, this could run a bit. I mean, it does kind of look bullish. Back to what I said about Sol, it does have bullish price action. So hopefully that helps you. How do you spot a rug pull? Well, most altcoins are used as rug pulls because they have low market caps. So a large order, or I guess, sorry, to put it in perspective, like whales don't have to take like a huge amount of money to change the price, and they could just like launch a big order in and pull the rug, and then everyone gets liquidated and the price goes to basically zero. That's happened to a couple altcoins. I think that happened to Mark Cuban. He got totally rug pulled. I think by Titan Coin. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I've never even heard of Titan Coin. Where is the bear club at? Well, I'm not really a true perma bear, but I'm bearish. Can I join the club? I hope I can. Crypto Minden, thanks Roman. See you on the Bluebird. Hey, tweet, my friend. 26 July 2019. I think I know what you're talking about. So let me pull that up real quick, and then I'll go over a couple more altcoins. Just while I have that. Okay, so 26. I see. 26. This? Well, this was like basically a miniature bull market or bull market cycle. I mean, we see a huge parabolic advance, so accumulation here, which occurred over 7 months, 6 months, so pretty solid. I mean, this is a nice leg. We have this kind of dead cat bounce with the low volume, double top kind of thing forming, make a double bottom for another relief rally right here. So yeah, this is all bull trap in here. I mean, the volume tells you everything. Volume's really low, you know, not the best. Especially on these rallies, we're seeing very low volume on the rallies, which if we zoom out, I mean, we're pretty much seeing the same thing over here. We're rallying with low volume, and we're also dipping. Can't wait for this to go down. Whether it's 45K or lower, I wouldn't mind trying to get an entry at 45K. Let's see. Bear Club, I'm not the president. I'm not just the president, I'm also the client. What up, Cheese Clock? What is up, dude? Thanks for coming on stream as always. Kieran Mahat says, thanks, mate. You are amazing. The tempo, attitude, your knowledge is all well balanced. Subscribe for lifetime. Man, that means a lot. Put a lot of time into technical analysis, learning the basics, learning the advanced basics. learning about price action, looking at different indicators. You know, it wasn't an easy road, and sometimes I'm wrong, but for the most part, I've learned that you need to have a plan A and a plan B. So always keep that in mind. Always have an invalidation point where you take a different stance. Question, can you explain why you moved your Bitcoin long up? Okay, first of all, so I put a long in at 48,950. Just in case, it's more of an insurance policy for me. It's like, it's barely anything worth my account. It's really not a big trade. But I put it in as an insurance policy just in case something crazy happens and we keep pushing up, just so I can get in a little earlier. I mean, 48,950 really gets us a percent above this resistance level, which at that point I think we are above it completely. It does make a new local high, so for me that kind of confirms more bear or bullishness. But again, it was a very low amount. I'm not looking to make 10 grand or 100 grand or $1 million from that trade. Like, it's really not even worth trading, but I was like, little insurance policy. Roman, can you look at ENJ? Charts are a little different than Ethereum and altcoins. Yeah, I can look at ENJ. Ooh, and it's on Binance. Okay, calculated by TradingView. I'll just pull that up. ENJ. I'm going to look at and see if the other one's better. USD. Let's check this out. There it is. There's a cleaner chart. I'm seeing what looks like a head and shoulder. Double top, triple top. Clearly some resistance here. I don't know. I mean, volume's really low on this bounce. It looks like it's just kind of responding to what Bitcoin's doing. I mean, we definitely broke. I mean, if you want to consider that a breakdown and a retest. I don't know. It looks like it's just kind of doing whatever Bitcoin does, but ultimately it's still downtrending. I would just keep an eye on that. So, ENJ, looking pretty bearish. MACD, though, again, like everything else, kind of showing some bullish momentum gathering, but still in bearish territory, so I wouldn't count too much on it. I wouldn't throw all my chips in this basket yet, because it looks like we retested this, what is now resistance, and we rejected. So just keep an eye on that. My guy, what's up? Can I look at FTM? Yeah, I can look at FTM. Let's see. Well, is it Phantom? Okay, yeah, it's Phantom. Okay, yeah, kind of like the Sol trade. Looking pretty good bullish-wise, kind of. I mean, we have, yeah, I mean, not looking bad. You have bullish price action, so we're going up in volume, going up in price. Volume's really low here as we're kind of going down and sideways. So could this continue up? Absolutely. Strong looking chart, but keep in mind Bitcoin's in a weird place right now. If Bitcoin continues its bullish route that it's taking right now, then absolutely this chart looks very strong. But if this truly is a bear trap, or sorry, not a bear trap, a bull trap, I would just be careful. Couldn't it correct? Yeah, but the correction's going to come in when volume comes in, which is around 8 p.m. Eastern time. At least for me, that's when I think Asia starts trading. Can I look at SRM? Yeah, I can look at SRM. I don't know if they have it. Serum? Alright, yeah, let's look at this. So yeah, same kind of thing with Sol. Not a whole lot of data to go off of, but looking kind of strong. We have a double bottom here. Decent. Oh, I do see a breakdown, so that's not, and I do see kind of a head and shoulders, so I'd be careful on this one. You have your head, left shoulder, and what looks like a right shoulder forming. I mean, we're kind of at resistance right here, so be careful that that could just be a head and shoulders. Your neckline would be about here, maybe 6.7. So if that breaks down below 6.7, this thing can get massacred. So just be aware of that. All right. I'm going to go over a couple more questions, guys, and then I got to get out of here. Got a big night tonight. Pretty excited. Get to see my brother again. Should be a good time. Also, my dog is howling at the door upstairs, so I got to let him inside. He's freaking out. But a couple more questions, and I'm going to head out of here. I love this music. It's so nice. Let's see, what do we got? Turn it up. All right. Any last thoughts, questions, anything? NIM? Man, I've never heard of that, and I think that's just going to kind of follow the general altcoin sentiment. So, real quick, while these questions are loading in, I'm just going to take a look at Bitcoin again, why I think this is a bull trap, why I don't think this is going to necessarily play out the way a lot of the Moon Boys think. There's just a lot of factors going on, and honestly, like one last big liquidation play could be very beneficial for whales, for brokerages, exchanges, whatever you want to call them. And then obviously the YouTube Moon Boys that have hundreds of thousands of followers that make money when you get liquidated because they offer Bybit, they offer leverage programs, they get paid to do that. So just remember, exchanges make money off liquidations. That's how they stay in business. Most people lose. When you use leverage, I believe you pay more. So just be aware of that. Terry, anytime, brother. Always happy to help. Yeah, I can look at Adam. I'll look at Adam, and then I'm going to call it. So, Adam, just had it. Where is my Adam chart? Here it is. Okay, Adam. So I think I've gone over this in the past as well. Adam, looking again, really strong. We have some serious bullish price action. You have volume going up, price going up. It's great. I believe we're holding the upward support line. Oh, this song's awesome. Shout out to Payne Robinson again, dude. This music's great. You're going to have to keep making songs so I can keep using them. But overall, I mean, it looks strong. Just depends on what Bitcoin does. I wouldn't put all your chips in this basket yet. And speaking of, I'm going to go over total real fast. Guys, total is seeing a possible double top. I mean, we have left, right. Here's your neckline. I kind of drew that with the purple lines, but I mean, if this breaks this upward support, this market could crash really hard. So just keep an eye on the total chart, especially if you're trading alts. Be careful. Be safe. Please, please, please use risk management and do your own research. Just because I think the market's bearish doesn't mean that I'm always right. I mean, shit, I didn't think we were going to go to 48K this fast, but it happened. So do your own research. If you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord. Links down below. Please subscribe and like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Would really appreciate it. Any kind of support I can get. You guys are awesome. I'm so glad that there's a consistent audience here, some familiar faces. All of the support I've gotten, it's unbelievable. I never would have thought that I'd be 5 live streams in with over 40 viewers for the first 30 minutes. That's terrific. I can't ask for much more than that. But as always, guys, be patient. Please use risk management.